Remember the nurse who was in here, first asking me, and I said, Dr. Smith? Then the gray-haired nurse re-entered my room and said it was a neuro-resident who I'd seen? Put down neuro-resident, she demanded. March 7th, 1968. Did more complete neuro exam has been seen by a neuro-resident, but no note found. That's what's recorded on that day of the injection by Bernard H. Smith, MD, head neurologist in the Medical Progress Notes of Erie County Medical Center. Signed by what appears to be a Ms. Clark. Remarkably, during a search of records at the Erie County Probation Department, I came across a real gem of a document located on microfiche. It's a letter written to the medical director, Family Court, State of New York, County of Erie, dated March 6th, 1968, from the VA hospital. Quote, a request to furnish you information on the above-named veteran has been received. Unquote. Hereby granting your request by providing, quote, copy of clinic report dated February 21st, 1968, forwarded at the request of your office and the written request of the veteran. Signed, Robert J. Hallenstein, Chief, Medical Administration Division. Quote, Mr. Iannaccone is a 57-year-old married, service-connected, committed, incompetent, unemployable Catholic veteran of World War II. He has had considerable treatment in the Mental Hygiene Clinic, VA Hospital, Buffalo, New York, and commenced his current treatment following release from VA Hospital, Canandaigua, on October 8th, 1965. Throughout our contacts with Mr. Iannaccone, he has remained apathetic, emotionally flat, and definitely lacking in insight. It is our impression that this veteran's present level of deterioration renders him unable to respond to insight, introspective, or other types of therapy that involves a probing nature. We therefore are treating him supportatively and chemotherapeutically. He is on a medical regime of 50 milligrams of Thorazine. Veteran carries the current diagnosis of schizophrenic reaction. Incompetent since 1944, he is currently rated 100% disabled. Unquote. Signed, Arthur D. Caldwell, clinical social worker. Now, here's where it gets real interesting. On this letter, the one I just described, dated March 6th, 1968, from the VA to the medical director, who, by the way, is Harold J. Levy, MD, on the top right corner, it's scribed, received March 7th, 1968. It was on that day that Bernard H. Smith, MD, head neurologist, asked me those questions in his office just prior to the injection. Are you William G. Iannaccone? Is your father Peter Iannaccone, who was a patient at the Canandaigua Veterans Hospital? Attorney John D. Miller, who obtained the court order for the complete records of December 21st, 1984, and a copy of my medical records, determined that the medical records released were not complete and not in compliance to the court order. John D. Miller wrote to me on September 25th, 1985, providing me with a copy of his, quote, motion papers in support of further directives requiring Erie County's compliance with the outstanding discovery order, unquote. John D. Miller stated in his affidavit subscribed on September 25th, 1985, paragraph 3, quote, despite multiple conferences by deponent with the alleged custodians of such records and repeated visits by deponent to the Erie County's facility in search of the mandated materials, Erie County and its Erie County Medical Center have yet to provide the complete materials required by such order. Specifically, A, the Erie County Medical Center records custodian refuses to certify that, 1, they maintained records of all care provided petitioner at such facility, and 2, petitioner has been provided accurate copies of records of all care provided petitioner. And B, especially illustrative is the absence of any record of the consultation of a Dr. Smith who provided care for petitioner at Erie County Medical Center in March 1968, and whose participation is referred to in the discharge summary of Francis Gustina, MD, from that hospitalization copy attached. As it states in the discharge summary, was on consultation to Neurologic Department and Dr. Smith. Signed, Francis Gustina, MD.